Hi guys, so if you watch my past videos, you'll probably hear me talk about quite a lot about this idea about you become what you think about. So there is actually a lot of science behind this as well, and it's called neuroplasticity. So what happens if you can imagine that you're a baby. Imagine a baby. When the baby's first born, you'll see the child like moving its hands around. You'll see it moving its fingers around, examining different things around it, and you'll start to notice how it'll start to like learn how to grab and hold on to things, and then eventually like learn how to walk and roll over. Well, the idea here is, guys, is that the brain is like a blank slate. It's very malleable. It's like a big lump of plastic, basically, with lots of spider webs inside of different neuron pathways. So what happens is as the child is developing and learning new things, it's sending messages, it's sending electronic neuron messages through to the hands, and then the hands are feeling and touching and sending feedback to say, yes, that worked. They could hold the spoon that time, they could hold it in the right direction, they could put it to their mouth, they could manage to send the right messages to the legs so they didn't fall over this time when they tried to walk. So this is the sort of things, and this keeps on building. As we go through school, we learn new things of doing different ways. You know, we learn to wake up at 8 a.m, 7 a.m. every morning to go to school, and then that puts us into this sort of habit life where the brain is always developing and learning new things. We learn how to learn in a way. So what can we do differently? Well, the trouble with this is, guys, that if we don't understand it, it's easy for us to do the same things that we've always done since a child, growing up through childhood into adulthood, and our neurons in our mind are basically developed to stay in this same habit. So if you can imagine the brain, as I said, it's plastic, it's made of like this plastic form, and it's sending these new neurons across. All these different neurons travel across different passageways, and as they go through doing the same habit over and over again, they strengthen, they widen. If you can imagine the messages going down your spine, that's one of the biggest neurological pathways. It's the same inside your mind as well. So if we keep doing the same thing over and over again, you know, we wake up each morning, we brush our teeth, that neurological pathway is very strong because it now bang, 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 it knows to fire those neurons in that direction. So when we start to do new habits, we can imagine that the neurological pathway for that one is very weak, it's very stringy, there's not much to it. And when we do something new, it's very unlikely that we're going to want to do it over and over again because it's not in our neuro system to be doing that yet. So if we do push ourselves through discipline and taking these actions each day, we start to build these new habits. We start to build these new neurological pathways, sending electrons in different ways. And if we keep doing it over and over again, over 30 days, we'll start to thicken that neurological pathway. So let's say we wake up each morning and we want to write a book. So we know that we've got to get up each morning, we've got to do some writing in the book. Or we want to start a business. So we know that we have to get up each morning and start doing different things to think of business ideas, how we're going to get a marketing plan together, a business plan together, the whole sales strategy, the whole operations. All this takes new, different pathways of thinking. And on a bigger scale then, it goes outside of the human body. If you think about an organization is working in exactly the same way. It's the whole concept of doing different things needs to have different neurons firing to different parts of the organization. And this is where it gets very exciting, guys, because the idea of psychology within a human is also the same concept that protrudes out into the organization too. So it gets really exciting. So if you want to start new things and get new results in your life, think about this. Your brain is holding you back unless you push it and learn new things. And the more you do it, the more those pathways are going to strengthen, and it's going to become easier and easier and easier. And that's how you go to the next level, and that's how you develop yourself.